The law says that there shall be continuous registration of voters. Why did we start 11 months ago? And why are we suspending the registration in June instead of 90 days to the election as provided by law? We couldn't have started the registration much earlier. Much as we wanted to start the registration immediately after the 2019 general elections. Remember the big issue in 2020, COVID. Once COVID set in, much of the world, probably the entire world, was actually shut down. So there was no way you could have conducted voter registration under the circumstances. Even election became difficult for us to conduct. Later, of course, many nations and health authorities came up with the protocols for conducting activities involving a large number of people. Remember, in the year 2020, probably the number of people in this hall would have been half of it because of the COVID protocol. We couldn't have registered voters. But the positive side of the COVID lockdown is the online pre-registration. So it reduced the number of people that gathered in a location, and then it also facilitated the registration. That is the positive side of COVID. So we couldn't have started it much as we wanted much earlier. But even when we decided to start, and we doubled the number of centers, between 2017 and 2018, we registered citizens in 1,446 centers nationwide. We said we expected a surge for the new registration. Therefore, we increased the number of centers to 2,673. But we couldn't deploy for security reasons. So what did the commission do? We called a meeting of all the stakeholders, the media, civil society, political parties, and the security agencies. That this is our particular predicament. What do we do? The civil society, political parties, media, and the security agencies told us to be careful about security. We should start online, devolve fiscal registration to identified centers in our 774 local government areas, watch the situation before we devolved to the other centers, including the rotational centers. So it was purely after consultation with all the stakeholders, including civil society. So we couldn't have started this earlier, but we have started. That's the good thing. We are now doing the registration both fiscally, and we have just suspended the online registration after 1 year, and it continues online physically.